All right, let's talk about a huge question in the world of AI right now. If your business needs a custom AI agent, do you build it from the ground up, or do you bring in the experts to do it for you? This is the classic build versus buy dilemma, and it perfectly sums up the difference between two big players, Botpress and RaiaAI. We're going to break down exactly what sets them apart.
So let's really get into this. If you're a business leader and you're thinking about deploying a custom AI agent, this right here, this is the big one. It's the first, most critical question you've got to answer. Are you going to hire a team of specialists to create a custom-tailored solution just for you? Or are you going to empower your own team, give them the tools, and let them build it in-house? Seriously, the path you choose here is going to define everything that comes next.
And really, these two paths couldn't be more different. On one hand, you've got what we're calling the custom commission. Think of it like hiring a world-class architect to design and build your dream house, right? A total, full-service partnership. Then, on the other side, you have the professional workshop. This is like being handed the keys to a state-of-the-art workshop filled with every power tool you could ever imagine, so your team can build that house themselves. And these two philosophies, well, they're perfectly represented by our two platforms today, RaiaAI and Botpress.
All right, so first up, let's walk down path number one, the full-service approach. This is where RaiaAI lives and breathes. They don't just see themselves as a platform, they position themselves as your actual, dedicated AI development partner.
So what is RaiaAI, really? Well, at its heart, it's a platform built for the business folks, not necessarily the tech gurus. The key things to remember here are custom development, industry specialization, and dedicated team support. Their whole model, their entire reason for being, is to give you a finished, ready-to-go solution. It's for companies that either don't have a big tech team or, frankly, would rather have their team working on other things. And this is what I find so fascinating, just how specific their ideal customer is. They are absolutely not trying to be everything to everyone. Nope. They're laser-focused on those mid-market businesses, the ones with maybe 50 to 500 employees, and they really shine in regulated industries. Think mortgage or insurance, where the workflows are super complex and you just can't afford to mess up. These are companies that need a true partner, someone to handle all that complexity and make sure everything is compliant.
And that whole partnership idea, it's baked right into their process. This is not one of those sign-up and good luck platforms. Not at all. It's a really structured journey that usually takes about 4 to 8 weeks. They start by doing a super deep dive into your business, then they custom design the agent, handle all the integrations and testing, and launch it with you. And the key thing here is that they stick around. Their team is with you every single step, even after you go live, to keep optimizing things.
Yeah, and it's not just about building the agent and walking away. They give you a whole ecosystem to work with. You get tools like a Copilot, which is pretty cool. It lets your human staff keep an eye on the AI's conversations and jump in if they need to. Plus, they have an Academy tool that lets you feed it your own documents to train the AI. So you can see, it's a complete business solution, not just a tool for developers.
Okay, let's switch gears and head down path number two. This is the complete opposite philosophy, the do-it-yourself approach. And this takes us right back to that idea of the professional workshop, a powerful toolkit built for your tech team. And that, my friends, is Botpress.
So Botpress calls itself a developer-first platform. Right away, you can just feel the difference in the language, can't you? It's all about empowering your technical teams, giving them the tools for full control. They offer this cool visual no-code studio, which is great for building things quickly, but the real magic is in the pro-code tools that allow for some seriously deep customization.
And just like we saw with RaiaAI, their ideal customer is super specific, and it's basically the mirror image. Botpress is for companies that already have developers on staff. It's for the teams that need total control over the development process. They're perfect for integrating AI into existing products or for startups that are all about building, testing, and iterating fast.
So if we peek inside that Botpress workshop, you can see just how many powerful tools are on the shelves. You've got the Visual Studio, which is great for quick builds, maybe for non-technical folks to play around, but the heavy machinery, the real power, comes from the pro-code stuff. We're talking a custom inference engine, full API access, the ability to inject your own code, the whole 9 yards. This is a platform built for serious, professional-grade development.
So at the end of the day, the Botpress philosophy is super simple. Ultimate control and total flexibility. They hand your team the keys to the workshop, show them all the incredible tools, and say, go build something amazing. What you build and how you build it, that's completely up to you.
All right, so we've got a really clear picture of the two philosophies now. But what does this mean in the real world? Let's put them head to head and get into the practical stuff. And we're going to start with the one thing everyone wants to know about, the price.
And this right here tells a really interesting story about cost. With RaiaAI, you're looking at a higher monthly fee and a pretty significant setup fee. But, and this is a big but, the cost is totally predictable. You know what you're going to pay. Botpress, on the other hand, has a way lower barrier to entry. You can even get started for free. But the catch is that your costs are variable. They're based on how much you actually use the AI. So you can see how Botpress is perfect for a lean startup that just wants to experiment, whereas RaiaAI makes more sense for an established business that needs to lock in a budget for a critical piece of their operations. And this chart just makes that trade-off crystal clear. When it comes to entry cost, Botpress wins hands down. It's super easy to get your feet wet. But when you look at cost predictability, RaiaAI is the clear winner. That's a huge deal for businesses that need to know exactly what they're spending each month. It's that classic dilemma, right? Do you want easy access or do you want financial certainty?
The difference in how they handle support is, well, it's night and day. With RaiaAI, you literally get a dedicated development team. It's like having expert consultants on call, and that's just part of the package. Botpress is more of a self-service world. You've got community forums, you've got documentation, and if you want more hands-on help, you've got to move up to their paid plans. It really boils down to this. One is a true partnership, the other is a toolkit as a service.
Now, if your business is in a regulated industry, you need to pay close attention right here. This is huge. Both platforms have their security and privacy ducks in a row. They're both SOC 2 and GDPR compliant. But here's the kicker. RaiaAI is also HIPAA compliant right out of the box. That's the big US standard for health data. This makes them a turnkey solution for healthcare. With Botpress, you can become HIPAA compliant, but it's on you and your team to build it that way. That's a massive difference.
Okay, so we've looked at the philosophies, we've compared the costs, we've dug into the features. At the end of the day, it all boils down to one simple question you have to ask your organization. Which kind of builder are you?
Let's make this super simple. Here's the cheat sheet. You should choose RaiaAI if you have limited tech resources, you need really complex workflows, and you absolutely have to be compliant with something like HIPAA. On the flip side, you should choose Botpress if you have a skilled dev team ready to go, you want total control and flexibility, and your main goal is to prototype and build things really, really fast.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. It perfectly sums it all up. This isn't really a question of which platform is better. It's about who you are. RaiaAI is for business leaders who need a guaranteed result. Botpress is for technical teams who want the power to build and control their own destiny. Honestly, they're not even direct competitors in a lot of ways. They're serving two completely different needs in the market.
And that brings us to the final big picture question. Look, AI is quickly becoming an essential part of just about every business out there. It's not an if anymore, it's a when and how. So you have to decide what your organization's role is going to be in this new world. Are you going to be the architect, using incredible tools like Botpress to design and build your own future? Or are you going to be the client, hiring a master craftsman like RaiaAI to build that future for you? The choice, ultimately, is yours.